Good evening, everyone. First of all, I hope everyone had a really great bank holiday and Easter weekend. I know that I certainly did, and I'm guessing most of you that are watching this are going to be Evertonians, so you guys probably did as well. Yeah, I apologise as well that I'm a bit late with my post-match thoughts on the weekend's games for Everton and Everton ladies, but I've just been absolutely manic as always, running around like a headless chicken, and on Stanley Park as well playing footy. Had to have a kick around in the sun though yesterday, didn't we? So yeah, it's been, I personally have had a absolutely boss bank holiday weekend. I am just over the moon still. I wasn't at Goodison Park, which it's going to take me a little while to get over that, to be honest with you, because I hate missing any games at Goodison. I hate missing any. It doesn't matter who we're playing, but obviously Manchester United at home is a particularly tasty one. But I can't do it all. I would love to get to every single game that Everton play, but of course I was away with our girls, so the only time I'd miss Everton is for another Everton. So, but we'll get to the girls after, because they were brilliant over the weekend on Sunday against Arsenal, as I said. Hopefully a lot of you watched them on BBC. They were absolutely fantastic. So proud of them and that performance. But yeah, as I said, Goodison Park, devastated not to have been there. I have since watched the full game. I wouldn't want to admit how many times, to be honest with you. And the highlights I've watched over and over and over and over again. What a time to be a Blue. You know, it's just giving us all whiplash. I think, you know, the last 4 home games, so Liverpool at home, the derby, 0-0. You know, disappointed that we didn't win, but we did a job. Decent result against them, obviously, considering where they are and how they've done this season. Then Chelsea at home, comfortable 2-0 victory, second half, the much better side. Arsenal, 1-0, didn't reflect the game. We absolutely outplayed them pretty much from start to finish. And then Manchester United on the weekend, absolutely slaughtered them, destroyed them, ripped them apart, didn't know what to do with us. And yes, they were poor. They were, you know, they made mistakes, they weren't up for it, they were lazy. But I am sick and tired of hearing the pundits whinging and cry-arsing about Everton, and like that it's you know, never, heaven forbid Everton get any credit. Heaven forbid that. You know, it's Man United were woeful. To be fair, they were bad, but we took advantage of that, and they couldn't deal with us because we were all over them from start to finish. Literally from the first kick of the game to the last, they didn't do a thing. And they were very lucky that it ended only 4-0. But of course, you've got Gary Neville and the like. We've probably all seen the clip of him saying, Everton ran 4 kilometres more than Manchester United in that first half. Everton. And it's like, yeah, Everton, and what? Battered you, mate. Don't be so salty. It doesn't suit you. And I like Gary Neville, but come on, lad. But it's the same for all the pundits. It was the same. Arsenal had an off day. West Ham had an off day. Chelsea had an off day. Liverpool had an off day. You know, Arsenal had an off day. They can't all have had off days, could they? You know, that thing I shared by William Hill, I think hits it on the head nicely. Like, maybe we were just better when we were every single one of them games. So that's those 4 games where we've won 3, drawn 1 against them lot. But we haven't conceded a single goal and made up for our defence, and Jordan Pickford as well, who's suffered, you know, a fair few mistakes, I think it's fair to say, across the length of the season. But, you know, for him to have had so many clean sheets recently is a fantastic thing, made up for him. The back 4, as I said, Seamus Coleman, who's just really, you know, come back into his own in the last couple of months. I'm so happy for him. He's back to his old self, putting in great performances, and no one would have been more fed up and frustrated with how things were going than Seamus himself. So made up about that. Keane has been solid. Zuma the same. Jags, when he's had to come in, has been great. Luca Dean. I apologise, like, I'm just going to be absolutely beaming again over Everton in this video because, Luca Dean, anyone who says, you know, Robertson's better, or that tweet where that guy, bless him, said that Luke Shaw was a level above Luca Dean. Oh my God. Don't get me wrong, like, Robertson is a great player. I'm not that bitter that I wouldn't say that, but oh my God. If he'd scored that goal that Luca Dean had, it would have been all over everything for so long. It would have been, but every single goal we scored in that game, I apologise that there's no structure to this talk either. It literally is just me chatting to you and having a good rant. But that goal by Luca Dean and all the goals that we scored, on Sunday were beautiful to watch. But yeah, Luca Dean, what a player. And for the money we spent on him, I keep saying to people, and I've had a few people going, oh, that's a bold statement, that. But for me, he is the signing of the summer for the Premier League. For the money we paid for him, can you name me like a better left back in the Premier League than him? He's just unreal. And that shot, his goal, the third goal with his left foot, hits it first time, sweet as you like. De Gea without a chance. He's just, I could talk about him all day. Literally, I could talk about him all day, but I won't do that. So Everton started the game very brightly, with great intent. You know, De Gea having to make a save from Richarlison early on. The save comes back out to Richarlison, but he doesn't have time to adjust his body, and I think the ball's got a weird spin to it as well. It just catches him off guard. But the warning signs were there from United, and the opening goal itself, Luca Dean, again, with that long throw into the box that we've seen be successful in recent weeks. You know, last time against Arsenal as well. So, yeah, same again, really. Long throw into the penalty area, down in the park end, just as the United fans are chanting away as well. And then it's big DCL, who's been great as well, who gets the first touch, knocks it on, and Richarlison with just an absolutely stunning strike, acrobatic as you like, over the head, scissor kick into the corner, flying past De Gea, and Everton are 1-0 up after about 13 minutes. Fantastic, yeah. So that was it. We were already off early into the game. The fans, of course, were great. We've got Goodison Park back as well, and I know I keep stressing it in all the videos, but even though I wasn't there, just watching the game, watching the highlights and stuff, and, you know, I was there in spirit, of course, but, you know, obviously it's been like that in the games against Arsenal and Chelsea and Liverpool as well, and how special it is being back in our ground and having the, you know, having it rocking like that again, and the sunshine on the Gladys and everything on Sunday. It was just stunning. Like, all Evertonians will know, like, how special it is seeing the ground like that and seeing that Gladys in full, with all four stands in full voice, and the flags and everything. I think, as I keep saying as well, the originals have done great, but just all Evertonians, we are the best fans. We are. Goodison can be hostile, and it has been hostile for the home players for a while, but since we switched that around, what a difference. Like, what a difference. It's obvious, and yet, you know, it's difficult when things have been so tough for the fans to make that first thing and get behind the team, but you know, look what a difference it makes. The players are playing for us. You see all the posts they're putting now, like Luca Dean, Bernard, Richarlison, you know, saying our home, you know, great win in our home and stuff, and you just see that they're absolutely loving it. Yeah, everyone is playing absolutely brilliant. The second goal as well, what a beautiful move that was as well. Garner doing exceptionally well, as always. Him playing a little 1-2 with Bernard on the right, and then a beautiful pass from Gay into Sigurdsson. And United, they give him the space, they give him that space line on his right foot, and he fires one from about 30 yards, bottom left corner. Oh, I've just knocked the table, so I apologise anyone, I've got a bit dizzy then, the camera rocking. Yeah, another top strike. Like, I'd say all the goals, the fourth goal was really good as well, but certainly the first three, like, they should all certainly be in the goal of the month options, but it's us, isn't it? So probably won't be. But yeah, so that was 2-0 then. Half time, you know, we're 2-0 up. Could be more, to be honest with you. United doing nothing. Lukaku comes back, gets absolute dog's abuse all game, really. But he gives it back to the Gladys Street as well when he heads a clearance away. So well done, Ron. Well in. Nah, it's just funny, isn't it? What a different player to who we had a few seasons ago. It's quite remarkable to actually see. But yeah, second half, the third goal, as I spoke about before, Luca Dean comes from the corner to start with, and then Luca Dean, the ball drops to his feet from a distance, and he hits it so beautifully with that left foot. And yeah, as I said before, De Gea just stands no chance. So at that point, we're 3-0 up. Game's well and truly over. Fourth goal as well is a lovely little move. Great ball as well from Sigurdsson, who was fantastic. I think he's been great in recent weeks, particularly in the home fixtures and the big games against the top sides. That's 3-3 as well. Not beating one of the top six for 2 years. 3 out of 3. Everton. But lost to Fulham. But no, we'll forget about that one. Because what a performance, and the way we're playing. And Bernard, Schneidlin done well as well. Obviously, Gomez has got the 3-match ban. But yeah, to a man, I think everyone's playing well. Jimmy Mack as well, James McCarthy, wonderful scenes to see him making his return back on the pitch after getting injured last January against West Brom. So brilliant to see him back, and I think he could have a positive impact, of course, on the squad in the remaining games. It'd be good to see him get some minutes under his belt as well. So just the perfect day, I guess, all round. And what a lovely moment as well, where Jags comes on and Seamus goes to give him the captain's armband, and Jags just is like, no, I'm not having that off you. Everyone's in it together as well. The fans, the players, you know, huge credit to Marco Silva as well. I'd said I wasn't sure he was the one. I was very, very unhappy and, you know, a bit concerned with a few things. But, you know, credit to him, huge credit, because the way he's turned it around. Obviously, there's a few blips in between still, but as a whole, you can see the way we're trying to play and what he's trying to implement. And when it's working, it's really working. I think if we have a good summer, bring in 1 or 2 players, we could be a serious, serious force to be reckoned with next year. And of course, we're back into that 7th spot. Watford will be playing tonight. They've got that game in hand against us. So, you know, they're still probably going to be favourites to get that top 7th spot. I'm not sure after tonight how their remaining fixtures are looking actually, but obviously we've still got Palace away, it's going to be tough, Spurs away, which is going to be very tough, and then Burnley at home, of course. But hopefully we can go on to get that 7th spot. You know, I think the players we've got now and the way we play, Europa League, actually, I know some people will grumble about it and that, because the amount of games and how it can affect your league season, but the way we play in that, the Europa League, you win that, you're in the Champions League, and that could be perfect. It could be perfectly suited to us, and that would probably be a better way of getting in there at this point. So I hope we get there. So yeah, I feel like there's loads more that I wanted to talk about, because I could just go on forever. But yeah, we've got Everton back, and I just absolutely love it. Like, everything's better, everything feels better. I'm walking down around Goodison, and, you know, like, every time I think about it, I'm smiling, and it's just like, yes. You know, you get grief off people, like, and when you know, you're playing not so well and all this, but the way we've been lately, 4-0 against United on Easter Sunday in the blistering heat. Like I said, I'm heartbroken, but my sister and my dad were there, and they had obviously an absolutely amazing day, and I had an amazing day as well. So I just want my cake and eat it. But I had an amazing day with Everton ladies. We travelled down on the Saturday. Gorgeous weekend of weather. Everyone in good spirits around the team at the moment. Although it was a defeat on Sunday to Arsenal women. Arsenal are the league leaders. They're likely to go on and win the title. It's between them and Man City women, which says it all really in terms of, you know, the size of the club and the funds and the resources they've got. There's no competition at this point, and so to go to Boreham Wood and face Arsenal women and put on a display like that, where even their manager said, you know, he's just glad and relieved that they got through it with the 3 points, because, it could have gone either way. The girls went 2-0 down relatively early in the game, and you know, the goals, they will be disappointed to concede, but you know, that's just the way it is. And I did an interview with Willie Kirk, which some of you will have seen. If not, that'll be on my YouTube. It will be on Everton Ladies Twitter. And he said, you know, the way to go 2-0 down pretty early on in the game, in the one of the hottest days of the year, and it was, I mean, like, I'm pale as anything, but I caught the sun a bit. It was, well, you all know, most of you, it was scorching hot. Like, just to stand and watch it was really, really, you know, tricky in that heat. So to be playing footy in that, you know, and in this kit as well. So full credit to the girls, and to go 2-0 down, it'd be easy to let your heads go and sort of, you know, throw the game a little bit, but they did anything but that. We went in at 2-0, in at half time, 2-0 down. But for the rest of the first half, the girls played really well, and second half were absolutely immense. I was fuming about this, to be honest, but yeah, so our Abby Stringer, it was a little bit of a naughty challenge by her. She was a bit high and a little bit late, but there's no malice to Abby whatsoever. She's not that kind of player. Van der Donk for Arsenal felt that it was okay to actually put hands and push the referee, then proceeded to like pretty well square up to her and sarcastically clap in her face, but only received a booking, mind-bogglingly. I'm not quite sure how that's not a red card, but it's just one of them. If Arsenal go down to 10, who knows how the game goes, because we very, very nearly ended up getting a draw out of it anyway. We ended up getting an indirect free kick when Arsenal goalkeeper just, I don't know what's going through her head, but she picks the ball up from a pass back, and we get an indirect free kick in the box, which Nessa Cogman lays off for Shani Boyd-Lorca, and she just powers it into the back of the net, and that got us back in the game. And from then on, really, it looked like it was going to go our way. If there was going to be a fourth goal, I think it was going to be Everton's, and just unfortunately we didn't quite get there. But Olivia Chance came back on after almost exactly a year of rehabilitation from injury. She'd played previously recently for New Zealand's national team, but yeah, to get her back out on the pitch for Everton Ladies, it was really special to see that, and she was getting stuck in from the get-go and looking to positively impact the game. And as I say, we were very, very unfortunate not to have ended up getting something out of the game, which has too often been the story for Everton Ladies. But, you know, we came away from that, and it was on telly, as I say, it was on BBC One, so anyone who watched that, I feel, got a really good representation of how Everton can play and Everton Ladies can play and what we're capable of. Our playing situation isn't ideal. So often we play more like the way we can play away from home, but we've got Reading next at home at Southport on Sunday, this Sunday, the 28th, I believe the date will be. So I hope to see those of you down there. The girls need, you know, to finish the season on a high. So to have as many of you there cheering them on, it makes a world of difference. Look what it's done for the men's team. Look how much of a difference it's made for them. So to have a few more Blues down there to get behind our girls, I can't tell you how much of a difference it will make. So it'd be great to start seeing some more of you there. And it's just boss. You'll have a brilliant day out, especially if you've got your kids' season ticket holders are free. Kids go free. So as I say, do come down and support our girls. So just all good at the moment. Everything in terms of Everton is feeling very, very exciting at the moment. We've got Crystal Palace this weekend. They'll be on the back of a good result against Arsenal. They beat them at the Emirates, so they'll be feeling full of confidence. But so will we. After beating United 4-0, you know, we're bound to be feeling good. So hopefully we can go there and get the 3 points. And as I say, we've got Watford playing tonight, so we'll have to see how they get on. But we've just got to keep doing our thing and trying to do the best in the games we've got left and see what happens. But whatever the outcome, you know, I now see tangible, exciting progress about what's to come, and that just makes me buzz for next season. So yeah, if we can push on now, do the best with what we've got left, and that goes for both Everton sides. then yeah, it could be very, very exciting times next season. So is there anything else that I missed? Oh, yeah. Thank you so much to everyone for that voted for me. I know I'd put a few posts up about voting in the FBA awards and stuff, which is still just unreal to have been nominated and recognised in, like, you know, as one of the best in that industry is something I never could have imagined. So anyone who's got like a passion about something and maybe has overcome some difficult and hard times and got a bit lost, like, never give up. And I feel a bit cheesy, but at the same time I don't, like, just go for it, crack on, because you can do it. So yeah, the award ceremony will be at Manchester City's Etihad Stadium next month, so I'm buzzing for that. There's loads of content. I've got so much content even built up because I've got it coming out my ears. There's so much. But yeah, stay tuned. I'll have loads more. If you're still listening at this point, God bless you, because I know I can talk. Hopefully you've enjoyed my ramblings anyway. As I say, I'm just beaming. Everton are boss at the moment, and how great is it? The sun's shining. Yes. Have a great week. I will speak to you guys really soon. Up the toffees.